Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Expat Interview, and I am your host, David Wally. I have a little bit different video today for you. I was thinking I'd like to share a little bit about my path of creating a YouTube video and what I have learned in my short tenure, that's going on maybe a year and a half now, of what's working for me and what's not working for me. And just a few of the ins and outs. So if you've been asking yourself, should I start a YouTube channel? You may want to perk up your ears and listen to a little bit of what I had to say. Anyway, I hope that's going to give you some information and get your feet off the ground if you decide to move forward, and a few do's and don'ts. Now, as you can see, I am sitting here with my twin brother from Birmingham, England. Yes, we were separated at birth, and we have just come into contact with one another again just recently, and he's going to do my interview with me. So without further ado, this is Bernard Welch, which is kind of weird because my nickname was Bernie for many years. Well, everybody said I look like the dead guy on Weekend at Bernie's. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to get this ball rolling. Bernie is going to ask me some questions to kind of help the process along. So here we go. Well, let's get on with it then, shall we? So, David, why in God's name earth did you decide to start a blooming YouTube channel for? Well, yeah, that is the first question. You may have been asking yourselves, should I start a YouTube channel? Well, the same thing crossed my mind when I decided, when I first began my travels. I had gone to Dominican Republic. I was there for almost 3 months. And I started thinking, it may be interesting from all the research that I've done, and I already had pretty much where I wanted to go pretty well mapped out. I might be learning some very interesting things that other people may want to know. So maybe I'll try one of these YouTube channels, and where I can do videos and hopefully give people some information that they need. So, and I thought what it's gonna do is take up a lot of my time, hopefully, so that I would at least have something to do in my travels besides experience the stuff for myself. So that's why I decided, it's totally a hobby for me. It's not really anything that I ever intended or had any idea that I would even come close to monetizing. I will say that for many years in business, the information you can get with a company called like vidIQ. If you start a channel, I'd look into them, or even look into one before you start the channel. Look into them before you start the channel. They provide a lot of insight and a lot of free tools, and all these analytics. They just kind of motivate me, to try to figure out the algorithm of YouTube at where it's ever at currently, because it does change. And to just as a governor, how I'm doing, because the better my channel does, obviously, the more people are subscribing to it, and because they find the information helpful, more people are viewing it, once again, for all those same reasons. So I just use the analytics as a guide to saying, yeah, I'm getting through to people, and it's worth my time, because now, a year and a half in, it does take a lot of time, and it does take a lot of effort, and it does cause headaches. A lot of times you're troubleshooting. Like already, just the other video I did last, I uploaded the video from my iPhone onto my laptop. There was sound on my iPhone, no sound on my laptop from the video. So, things like that happen. And of course, you have to find a good editing software. I use Movavi video editor. I'm going to put a link for you down below. Actually, I used this software way back when with my real estate company, doing videos, basically advertisement type videos for my video for my real estate company. So it's changed a little bit along the way, but the changes have been way positive, and it offers many more tools.
And I'll say, for the fun of it, eh? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, I'm doing it for the fun of it. I never really anticipate, although I am getting close to monetization now. Once again, for me, I mean, sure, I'm not stupid. I mean, if somehow I manage to make a few bucks from it, I'm not going to throw the money away. I'm not going to just, I'll take the money, but once again, it's not my motivator. It's not my goal. I mean, if all of a sudden my channel turned to be a huge money maker, I'd probably be donating money along to different entities along my travels. I don't really need it. Not that I'm rich. We all know that, but I don't need, a few bucks. Sure, it'd be nice, but no biggie. You'll notice on my channel, I often offer I got the 3 weather charts for Vietnam, Thailand, and Philippines. I'm sorry, that give great information. It took a lot of work and research to put those together. I offer them for free on my channel. All you got to do is email me at ExpatInterview@yahoo.com, and I'll email you those charts. And recently, I don't know if all of you have seen, I've also completed a Google interactive map on everywhere in the world that United States citizens can go visa-free or visa-exempt, however you prefer to term it. But yeah, every country, there's like 145 or 6 countries that American citizens can visit visa-free. Most of those are 90 days. But once again, that interactive map and all the data that I gathered for that, it was a lot of work. But once again, I do it for a hobby, and hopefully my users will be able, or my subscribers and my viewers will be able to use that information. I mean, because there's a lot of places you'd never have to worry about getting a visa. You can hop throughout the Caribbean and Central America. You can just hop, and you'll never need a visa. 6 months here, 90 days there, 90 days there. There's just an endless supply of them. So yeah, that's it. I don't really like messing with the visas, but I'm going to have to for the most part. But after a while, I just may start hopping on those islands in the Caribbean and Central America and just living that way. I can't ever really see grounding myself to one location.
Well, now that you did, what do you think of yourself? I mean, what do you think of doing a YouTube channel? Are you having fun with it? Or maybe is it more of a pain in the arse than you thought it was going to be?
Sure, I'm having fun with it. I mean, sure, sometimes it's more work than I would like to say. And sometimes, it's aggravating from the jams I get myself into. Like, it took me a while to figure out why I wasn't getting sound when I moved the video the other day, video clips from my phone to my computer. I mean, on my phone there was sound, on my computer there wasn't. And I know it was a restart. I know. I just had to restart my computer and it worked fine. It's just stupid glitches. But yeah, I'm having fun with it. Yeah, it does what I want it to do. It takes up my time. It gives me something to think about and concentrate on without, going and getting a paying job, which I don't want to do ever again.
Well, tell them, what do you like most about it?
Well, I would say what I like most about it is what I just said. It takes up my time. It's rewarding to me that, I've got still less than 1,000 subscribers, but it's rewarding to me that so many of them tune in to every video that I make, and hopefully they're watching the full thing, because that really helps with view hours, which we're going to get into. But it's rewarding to me to think that I'm actually passing on usable, productive information to people who are considering a move or retirement to one of these foreign countries that I'm visiting. Once again, the whole goal is for people of lower means, such as myself, I'm far from rich, to help them or to show them a way that they possibly can have a much better life than they've ever anticipated. And instead of having fear, oh my God, how am I going to ever live in these United States? It's so expensive. And over the past few years, I know you people are out there in droves. More and more are scared crapless because their income just doesn't justify the means of living. To where this is way you see me doing a little over $2,000 a month. I'm traveling several countries and saving money. Da dang, last month was $1,197, living freely and spending money however I wanted to spend it. I could probably get that down a few $100 if I really tried. Easily, really. I don't think it'd take too much to get it down a few $100. But yeah, so that's that gives me gratitude, knowing that I'm doing that and helping people and giving people relief of where they're going to wind or where they can wind up and really have wonderful experiences in these golden years that they're supposed to be for us.
And obviously, the next question is, what don't you like most about it?
What do I like least? Well, of course, it'd be really nice if the glitches like we experienced with the sound thing yesterday didn't exist, but there's really nothing I don't like about it. I mean, again, it's rewarding for me.
Now, give us a bit of lowdown on what it's like, just the nuts and bolts of putting a YouTube channel together. I mean, obviously, you've got to have lots of cameras and, editing computer programs and what have you. But tell us, how is all that working for you? I mean, do you find it's worth it?
Well, the nuts and bolts, there is quite a bit to it. Well, for me, there was. I mean, if you're real familiar with social media marketing and stuff like that, you'll probably catch on to this kind of stuff. I mean, it's easy to shoot a video with an iPhone. And it doesn't take a whole lot of knowledge to transfer it to a computer. And the biggest learning curve is going to be whatever software you choose to use. Like I say, Movavi, the link below, if you use that link, they will give you quite a nice discount for that link through that link right now. It's a big special, but it's easy to use the software. I looked at several of them, and the learning curve was short. Like I said, I'd used it before, so I had a little general idea of what it was, but it was so long ago that I used it, pretty much I forgot most of what I had learned. But it's not difficult. It's huge. I mean, this thing here I'm doing, I use a green screen often, which you'll learn about that if you have any problems. I mean, you can Google using a green screen in videos and what it does. But yeah, I had a guy doing all these videos for me when I had my real estate company, and he used a green screen. And but the equipment needed back then was, oh my God, so high tech. I mean, big business back then. Now, if it would have been this easy back when I had my real estate company, oh, would it have been nice and saved me tens of thousands of dollars.
And that is it a money-making proposition or not? Are you going to make any bloody money from it?
I've already answered that question. Am I going to make any money from it? If I do, I do. I don't care. That's not my goal. Once again, if I make the money, I'm no fool. I'll take it. If it turns out one day to be huge money, which I doubt very much that's ever going to happen, it's a slow growing channel. I had huge success with my cost of living in Da Nang. Thank you all very much. If you're watching this and you've seen that, I got a lot of good comments out of it. So I know, I'm learning more and more what people like. And That's what I want to provide them, is what they
So,
like and
now,
what they need.
we all know you're rather new at this, but have you learned anything? What the most important bits of it is to make the blocky channel successful?
Well, uh, that's probably the biggest learning curve there is what it takes to make a YouTube channel successful. Now, here again, I'm still a beginner, so I believe what I'm telling you here is going to be all correct advice. If not, there's a comment section there, and we know the people who like to correct you are much more plentiful than the people who want to thank you. So we'll hear from them in the comments, I'm sure. But you're welcome to comment. And just be nice about it. No need to be rude. No, I won't allow it. No. So, yeah, the gist of it is the thing that makes a YouTube channel successful is videos. The more videos you shoot, edit, and upload with good content, well, it's better to have it with good content. I mean, the more people are going to view that video, subscribe to your channel, like and comment, hopefully, because all that interaction helps your channel, and create view hours. And it's subscribers and view hours are your dominant factors. So once again, it's a pretty easy recipe: more videos, more view hours, and more subscribers resulting from those videos and view hours. So that, in a nutshell, be prepared to work. I mean, if you upload a minimum of 3 videos a month, you'll probably do pretty good. If you can do 4 and add in some shorts here and there, that's going to help. I don't have much luck at all with shorts. I mean, I don't generally have too much luck with videos. I mean, I'm usually 1,000 or less. And I'll give you one hot tip right now. Don't count on anything the first 24 hours, much of anything. Anyway, I have never had a huge impact the first 24 hours. They say there's better times to upload than not. If you want to follow those guidelines, go ahead. It's a little confusing for me, though. I don't know, when they say Friday between 3 and 6 or whatever the hours are, 3 and 6 p.m., I don't know what times it is, Eastern Standard Time or what. I'm, 12 hours ahead, 11 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. So, when does that put me? Do I, so it's confusing. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to it. It's up to you if you do.
So, if you was just to pick out a couple of things that you've learned along your journey so far, what would it be that you would say is most likely to make a new YouTuber successful?
So yeah, and the other thing few things that I've learned that I feel have a positive impact on the channel's success is the how you do your title, your thumbnails. Number one, those are a visual appeal to people. You can put a different title on your thumbnail to get the excitement that way, to hopefully catch their attention that way, as opposed to the title you put in the YouTube title box, which is you want to align more with what search terms people are using to find the video that you're uploading. So YouTube has recently come out with a research tab. Not everybody has seen it. I had it for a short time, but this allows you to start inputting terms into a search bar. And for example, when I did one of my first videos in Vietnam, it was how to move to Vietnam. And I put in how to move, and the next one was to Vietnam. So I knew that was a good search term. So as opposed to, once again, what you have on your image, your thumbnail image, that appeals to people differently than what they're going to put into their search term box. Then your description, the more you can mention details that people would search for in your description, the better. And then the use of the tags. Once again, you can get a free basic membership to vidIQ, VIDIQ. So they have a lot of great free advice. Now, whether or not you sign up for them and go further than that, it's up to you. I mean, if I was hugely money motivated, I'd probably be paying for their best service, but I'm not. So, what I can learn from them and what they help me with on the free is sufficient for me. But yeah, I mean, they help you with suggested tags and all sorts of different things. I mean, other than that is the type of content that you choose. I mean, I'm doing my content for a purpose, for a specific audience, a niche audience. Once again, without any care of whether it monetizes or, I'm after the people who are looking for the information I choose to provide. Now, if your choice is to do something that's going to rock, pretty much the ones that are how-to videos are the ones that get the longest visual, watch hours, because if you want to see how to do something, you pretty much got to watch it to the end so you know how to do it correctly. I mean, I've watched several of them. I learned what I needed to learn in a third of the video or whatever. But for the most part, if you've learned something from the first part of the how-to videos, you'll learn something more by finishing it out. To where my type of video, in the beginning, if they don't think that it's going to be what they want, they just shut it down. So view hours aren't as good per video than it is, I think with some of those other videos. I think some of the most popular videos are gaming. So, research there on what type of a YouTube channel you could do that gains, the most views. That would be, some good pre-research to do before you decide on a content for your channel. I mean, one of my favorites is Paddy Doyle, PADDYDOYLE, 2 words. He's a great YouTuber. I mean, if you're looking for travel, he does the drone, and boy, he's such good. I mean, I'm surprised somebody like International Living hasn't scooped him up, and he's really good. But I recommend his channel for the travel. Got some really good videos. Tell your listeners, a little bit more about this. What'd you call it? Chat Chat GPT, the AI thing. Oh yeah, Chat GPT. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I use Chat GPT quite a bit for many purposes, including my video description. I'll just ramble. I'll ramble and try to put everything I possibly can. Often I'll do this, and not every time, into a description. And then I think you're allowed 500 characters or on the description, something like that. Maybe, no, 5,000, I think. Anyway, I'll copy and paste it in the Chat GPT. And give a command, rewrite this and condense it if need be. I mean, just a rewrite. I call her she. She usually condenses it anyway, but it comes out in a really nice format. I'll even copy and paste key words or tags. YouTube calls them tags in there after I've written everything, and just load it up as sloppy as whatever. My written description and a bunch of tags that follow it. Say rewrite this information for a YouTube video description. And she'll follow the prompt and write you a nice description. It may take a couple of times going back and forth. You see something more that you want in there, you add it, or you make some adjustments and reload it up again and rewrite this again. But yeah, I find that very useful. And a lot of times through that description, I'll ask her, Chat GPT, what she would use as a title for this video. And I'll see how that comes out as opposed to how I feel. And if you have access to the research tab in your YouTube studio, you can see how that differs and make a decision on what you feel.
Just all sounds like a staggering amount of work for someone that is doing it for a hobby. I mean, certainly you must be wanting to get something monetarily out of it. Am I not right?
It's as far as the amount of work, it sure has gotten a lot easier. In the beginning, when you're in your learning curves and stuff, there's a lot more that happens. That you have to learn about, and so it slows you down. But once you get into a good groove, I can shoot a video, edit it, and upload it in probably 3 hours if I work right at it. So yeah, that all gets a little bit better as time goes on. And now, I've told you a dozen times now. I know you want me to say that, I'm doing it to make loads of money, but I'm not. I'm having fun. It takes up my time, keeps me on the bar, and hopefully, the analytics will prove to me that I'm providing information to a group of people, no matter how big that group is, that enjoy watching my videos. And obviously, if they do, they're getting some use out of them. So all I got to say is, I really would love it if you'd watch them beginning to end. If not, mute it and just let it play out, because that really helps the channel. And I like watching those analytics. The better they do, the better I feel that I'm doing a good job. So, yeah.
So you say you're just having fun with it. Okay, well, sounds like a pain in the old royal keister to me, but if that's what you're doing and that's what you're having fun with, boy, sometimes I wonder, are we actually really brothers? I mean, sounds idiotic to me to do all this work and as a hobby? Oh, Lord. Go home.
Yeah, Bernie, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it for, as I said a million times. So just a little bit of recap here, guys. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, it's not easy. I mean, it is easy to do one. It's not easy to pick the right content and do everything so perfect that, in a year, you're going to be making thousands of dollars a month from. I mean, could you? Yeah, you could. It's going to be a lot of work, a lot of videos. I mean, 4 to 6 videos a month, and the right content that everybody wants. That's, there's some that's so competitive though, because it's the biggest content that people are watching, that you can get lost in the haystack there. So picking the best content that has the most possibility with the least competition. There's some research you can do out there on it. So hunt around for that. But once again, most likely this channel will start bearing fruit. Once again, not my motivation, but if it does, it does. And I'll utilize the money and hopefully maybe add to my travels, and I won't find myself in rat-infested places, because I'm not staying at the nicest of nice places, and I'm not staying at the least costly places. I'm usually above the least expensive, but I'm a frugal guy anyway. If I had another $2,000 a month coming in, I still wouldn't spend that on luxury. I may move around more, because now it's typically cheaper. Typically cheaper if I stay at least a month in one stay, and it's cheaper if I stay at least 90 days in one location, or at least a area that I don't have to fly to my next stop, because the flight money eats up into the budget. So, that's why. I mean, the visa in Vietnam's 90 days. I'm staying here for 90 days. Then I'm going to go to Thailand for 90 days because the visa, well, I could stay longer, 30-day exempt in Thailand for a U.S. citizen. While I'm there, I could apply for a 60-day visa and get an extension for 30 days. So, but I'm going to probably only stay in Thailand for 30 days. After 3 months, it warrants a $200 to $300 flight. That adds $100 a month average to my cost of living, which isn't bad. Then from there, at this point, looks like I'm going to Sri Lanka. That's right out of the blue to me, but I met a friend here in Hoi An, who's from London, England, England somewhere. And he's spent quite a bit of time in Sri Lanka, and he and his girlfriend definitely plan on going back there. And I've watched a bunch of videos on it. He really got me excited about the opportunity there, and I'm hoping maybe he and I and his girlfriend can hook up over there, and he can show me some of the ways. But there, I think they go by the rubles or something like that, rubies. Is very inexpensive, maybe even less expensive than Vietnam. He and I and his girlfriend went out for Indian cuisine last night. First time I've ever eaten Indian. I like spicy, so I was pretty impressed with the food. And so yeah, that was sounding fun. And then after that, I'm not sure, but I'm never sure. Things can change, as if you've been following me since my initial fly or run through Mexico. There was a lot of change going on in my decisions there, where I was going to go. So yeah, I hope this helps those who are looking for to start a channel. Like I say, this is a beginner guy talking. So hopefully it goes well for you. Appreciate if you would, if you enjoyed this, and you also think that you feel that I'll update this video as to how I'm doing from time to time. It's not, this is off keel for my typical genre of content. Once again, I provide the content that tells people inexpensive places that they can retire on a low budget, and things I encounter, the cost of life, and etc. That I encounter along the way. So this is out of a little bit of my genre for sure, but I'll update as to how I'm doing. So like, subscribe, and if you wouldn't mind sharing this, because that'll help people find the information that they're looking for about this type of video as well. So once again, thanks you guys. I always appreciate it. Expat Interview. And Bernie, we're signing off. I think he's a pretty good block guy, trying to do the right thing. It seems to be a good fella. But hey, it's nice being here with y'all and participating. So I bid you adieu. Bye now. Okay, just a short little recap after that episode. I just wanted to kind of tell you what has happened here, in case you don't already know. Obviously, that's not my brother from another mother or anything. That is me. And I just wanted to, for those who are considering starting a YouTube channel and are kind of wondering what it's like, well, that I was using a green screen behind myself when I was Bernard. And then I did, well, I guess you could call it trick photography. It makes me feel cool. But no, I just used the chroma key on the Movavi editor system, so I could blend the two together. So what happens is the chroma key is a pencil-looking thing that you touch on the background, the green background, and it does away with that background, and the background from the underlying video, which is this background, and me, the real me, he appears next to me. Now, after that, there's a positioning tab or thing you click on, and then you can shrink him or position him wherever you want him to be. So where, you know, usually his face was like big because he's got a big head, that guy, that brother of mine. So I had to use the positioning key, and then I would get his head. So it kind of came close, at least to matching the size of my own head, which is not a big head. But so yeah, you can have lots of fun doing this. It's very simple to use this kind of stuff. Just watching, I mean, Movavi, if you just YouTube, you know, how to use chroma key on YouTube, the Movavi themselves has a ton of videos, and so do a whole lot of other YouTubers. So like I said, there is no shortage of help if you decide you want to start a YouTube channel or do any kind of video vlogger type thing, maybe for your own website or whatever. But anyway, I just wanted to recap there. I didn't want you to think I was going crazy and I was talking to myself. But yeah, that's how you do it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. And, you know, once again, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Thank you much.